Today on Eagle Nation News, Prosper ISD never stops trying to better itself, and starting next year, a new staff role is coming to Prosper High School. Landry Long finds out who the new associate principal is and the passion behind it. The Suzuki program teaches elementary students the basics of violin. Coleman Meyer plays a story on why these students are learning more than just the chords. From the magic of a home bakery, one Prosper mom turned her passion into a successful business. Isabel Moulter takes a bite into this sweet story. All this and more on today's edition of Eagle Nation News. Good morning, Eagle Nation, and thank you for joining us. I'm Parker Reynolds.
And I'm Maddie Kipp. We have an inspiring show for you today, highlighting many faces you might recognize. So stick around. ENN starts right now.
Welcome back, Eagle Nation, and thank you for joining us again here in Studio 301.
Today is Thursday, February 8th. It is so weird being here on a Thursday, Parker.
Yeah, with the pep rally tomorrow during Eagle Time, it's weird to be in here on a Thursday. Make sure to wear your best Space Jam attire to show off your school spirit tomorrow.
And one administrator you know has great school spirit and a new job for this year.
There's a new special staff role at each PISD school, and Prosper High has already picked the perfect fit.
Landry Long shares the insight on the new assistant principal role and who is wearing the title proudly.
With a growing number of over 3,400 students at Prosper High School, our staff is going above and beyond to make sure everyone is being supported.
Everybody here in Prosper ISD is just so set on giving kids what's excellent and excellence. That culture of excellence and just being the best is really important to me, and I feel like the beautiful thing about Prosper ISD is that they give people the tools to be excellent.
In a new way, PISD is stepping up once again to help is a new role to help students and staff in Prosper.
The new role is called an associate principal, right? It's basically a level above an assistant principal and then right below the overall principal of the campus. And so then Ms. Trujillo is going to be in charge of all teaching and learning here at Prosper High School. I'll head up a lot of the culture and climate pieces and work with her, but she's going to be in charge of helping assistant principals, helping teachers, and then really helping the overall learning of the building.
Ms. Trujillo was chosen for this new role to continue her positive impact on the Eagles.
She's really good at working with teachers. She's really good at connecting with them, helping them get better. She's really good at forming personal relationships with our staff. And the new role, that's kind of the main point of that new role.
And leaving her mark on Prosper is continuing to make PHS one of a kind.
You pull up and this place feels special. It feels like home, and I love that so much. There's no place like Prosper High School, I don't think, in the whole country. In my opinion, we're the original, we're the flagship, and so there's extra responsibility that comes with that, but also a lot of extra fun that you get to have, and I'm just really proud of this place, and I'm so proud to be able to support PHS in a new way.
Reporting for Eagle Nation News, I'm Landry Long, and like always,
go Eagles!
Ms. Trujillo will take on this new role at the beginning of the 2024-2025 school year.
The 66th Annual Grammy Awards and a new movie announcement have grabbed all our attention. Stay tuned, Talent Talk is next, sponsored by Jam and Toast.
Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Why not do it right? From Belgian waffles to Santa Fe chicken, there is something for everyone. For a sunny side up type of morning, visit the exclusive location of Jam and Toast today.
The Grammys were very eventful this year, even record-making. Christina, what went down?
Honestly, a lot happened considering this isn't the Oscars, but a good place to start would be the actual awards. I was really surprised when Victoria Monet won for Best Artist of the Year. I love R&B, but I thought Noah Kahan had it for sure. It seems like that's the trend for this year because Flowers by Miley Cyrus won Record of the Year against SZA's Kill Bill. Who even streams Flowers? And sadly, Lana Del Rey once again walked away with nothing, which is actually so heartbreaking to me as a big fan of hers. Her first time on that stage was in the background of somebody else. But on to breaking scores, Phoebe Bridgers took home the most trophies at the year's awards, earning 4 wins for Boy Genius. But the biggest win that night was for Taylor Swift. Winning Best Album of the Year for Midnights made Swift the first artist to win the award 4 times in Grammy history. She also announced her new album, The Tortured Poets Department, when she accepted her award. What a fun surprise. But on to movies, Moana and Maui are hitting the ocean once again. Yesterday, Disney CEO Bob Iger announced that the company will release a Moana sequel in theaters on November 27th. Check out the trailer. We've waited a while to hear this news, and frankly, I've been disappointed by recent releases from Disney. If I'm being honest, my reaction to the first look was, really? That's it? It feels like the Disney movies have been going downhill. First making beloved classics into live-action movies that aren't even good, then turning to new and poorly planned out stories like Wish. The only recent animated movie I liked was Elemental, and it wasn't even Disney. I really hope that Disney makes up for these disappointments with this sequel, but I'm not going to be overly excited where I'm standing. They have a lot to live up to since Moana is one of their better modern movies. So Parker and Maddie, do you agree with me? Are you ready for the new Moana?
Well, Christina, I love Moana. Maybe being the first trailer, Disney just doesn't have too much to spoil yet. I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully they can change your mind. I remember Moana being one of my favorites as a kid.
And there's a special program in Prosper providing high school level opportunities to elementary students.
Coleman Meyer takes a listen to who and what makes the Suzuki Strings program so special.
In the 1930s, Shinichi Suzuki, a visionary Japanese violinist and educator, created a method of learning the violin which is implemented into 2 Prosper ISD elementary schools.
He observed children speaking Japanese really well at a very early age, and he decided that if he could teach them how to play the violin using those same techniques, that they would be successful, because we are successful learning our first language. We take all of those aspects of learning the language, and that's how we start little children on their instrument.
Being a part of this community at a young age of even 5 years old lets the students have opportunities and build connections with role models they can look up to.
We have to hear these violin songs that I listen to every night. And my goal is to be just like them. And they were the best violinists in the world.
With this confidence, Jazzy, along with the rest of the students in the Suzuki program, get to share their love for music through concerts, while also learning the fundamentals of playing the violin.
My favorite part is just me practicing with my violin with my bestest teacher, Mrs. Hall, and I really appreciate her with helping me practice violin.
Definitely my favorite part are their relationships, the kids that I have watched grow from being really little and holding the violin for the first time, and they play the violin so well and with such ease. They read music so beautifully and play so beautifully together.
I played with the Cowboys. I was very scared at once. But then, when I was on the stage and I saw everyone just looking at me, I was like, okay, it's very easy. And it was, because I play really good. But I did play with the Cowboys. That's what I know of.
And there is no doubt that the students in the Suzuki program will have a bright future ahead of them. Reporting for Eagle Nation News, I'm Coleman Meyer.
Students K through 5 at both Johnston and Windsong Ranch Elementary are offered this exciting opportunity.
Yeah, it's awesome. Prosper has so many great things for students, even in kindergarten, to be a part of. And to keep it in Prosper, there is a new park being built by the town. Colton Boston is on scene to keep us updated.
Thanks, Parker. As you can see behind me is the recently added Raymond Park. Now this park will include some similar things to Frontier, as it'll include baseball fields and even practice fields. But this park will include some brand new options to residents of Prosper, as it'll include tennis courts and even pickleball courts. And this will be a great addition to East Prosper, as you have the brand new open Walnut Grove High School right down the corner. I think this is going to be a great addition, as it gives residents of Prosper more options, either if you're on the west or east side of Prosper. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Colton. It is great to see Prosper growing and expanding to both sides of the town.
And one thing people from all across town can root for is Prosper sports. While some seasons may be coming to a close, new ones are starting up very soon. Don't leave, game time is next.
The PHS Model UN team is holding a fundraiser at Chipotle on Sunday, March 3rd from 5 to 8 p.m. Make sure to tell them you're from the Model UN team to help support Prosper High School. Callie Swick is in studio with all of the Prosper Sport updates. Callie, take it away.
Thanks, Parker. Prosper Sports have been thriving like always, and the competition is never ending. Starting off strong with varsity girls soccer, they faced Broswell on Tuesday and completely shut down the Bengals with a score of 9-0. The Lady Eagles are currently ranked 10th in the entire country, and their goals are high and bright to make their way to first. Our boys soccer team has also been excelling as they played against Broswell and swept them out of the field with a score of 8-0. Both our boys and girls have a win streak of 4, so hoping to keep that streak, they will both play Allen at 7 on Friday, with the boys at home and the girls at Allen. Good luck to both our teams competing. Shooting over to the court, the varsity boys basketball team faced off against Allen last Friday and played strong, but unfortunately came up short with a score of 96-82. Also on Tuesday, they played McKinney at home and also couldn't secure the win with a score of 48-33. Luckily, they will have the chance to make a comeback as they go up against Denton Geyer on Friday at 7:15 and at home. Good luck to our boys. Girls basketball also played last Friday against Allen and came out on top with the win of 69-50. As they played their last game of the season on Tuesday against McKinney, they weren't able to secure the win, coming out with a score of 47-52. Despite the loss, they sure did have a great season and held a record of 25-10. Great job to our Lady Eagles. Baseball and softball have been working hard to prepare before they start up their seasons next week. Both the boys and girls have been hitting the field, competing in multiple scrimmages that took place over the past couple weeks. The girls' first game is next Tuesday against Plano at 7 p.m. at home, and the boys will start a little later, with their first game being on February 22nd at home against the Spring Bells Panthers. I know I have a great feeling for our boys and girls team this year. Good luck to everyone. Well, that's all I have for this week's Prosper Sports Update. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Callie. I can't wait to see what Prosper holds for the spring sports this year.
Prosper Sports are always full of success, but so is one small business. Isabel Moulter takes a bite into one story of a Prosper home bakery.
Baking was always just a hobby for one Prosper mom, but 2 years later, she has now whipped up an entire home dessert shop.
I created something from nothing, and now I have a business called Nulls and Nods. I want to work or do something that makes me feel happy. I don't just work just for work, but I want to be happy with something that I make or I do.
The bakery's name, Nulls and Nods, was inspired by Daisy's daughters, Nellie and Nada, who have always supported their mom's unique job.
So I help out with a lot of social media, so I helped create her logo, I helped set up her Instagram. So seeing my mom grow her business has been truly inspirational because, of course, she's my mom and I look up to her.
Something that inspires me in Nulls and Nods is seeing how hard my mom works and how dedicated she is at her job, and that seeing like how like she's doing it all as like a one-man job, even though like this like requires like a whole team. She just does it all by herself.
Even through the challenges of running a small business, the inspiration behind Nulls and Nods has kept Daisy motivated.
It's kind of a prayer that God listened to. All of a sudden, a friend of mine that I know from a long time ago, one day she posted on my Facebook like a verse, and the meaning of this verse that is like, God with you, and we are facing challenges every day. So if there is something in your mind and you want to do, he's telling you that he's in your back and he's supporting you. I took this word, and the second day I started. And like since then, he is like blessing my business.
A mix of passion, artistry, and love has created the perfect recipe for Daisy's Bakery. For Eagle Nation News, I'm Isabel Moulter.
Seeing a small, Prosper business be able to grow so much is awesome, and Nulls and Nods macaroons, I mean, they look so good.
Those macaroons paired with some ice cream sound so good.
Yeah, for sure.
That's all we have for you today, Eagle Nation. Once again, I'm Maddie Kep.
And I'm Parker Reynolds. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next week. Have a great weekend, and go Eagles.